Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to our channel, the AR7 Reviews. In today's video, we are back with some more interesting analysis on the series Dark. This video is going to get your mind boggled in the next 10 minutes for sure. So make sure you watch this video till the end. And also for simpler understanding, the content that I will be explaining in this video is divided into 3 sections. First, the original Greek Ariadne tale from the mythology. Second, some common allusions or indirect references. And lastly, its complete resemblance with the Dark storyline. So before we move on, make sure you subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Also, if you are new to this channel, do check out our other interesting analysis videos. You can find links to our other videos related to Dark in the description below. So let's start with the first section. The original Greek Ariadne tale. The story of Ariadne comes from Greek mythology. King Minos of Crete hired a craftsman called Daedalus to build a labyrinth for a beast called Minotaur. The king put his daughter Ariadne in charge of the island where the labyrinth was created. The Minotaur lived in the center of the maze and demanded the sacrifice of 7 young men and maidens every 7 to 9 years. Eventually, Theseus, the son of King Aegus, decided to slay the Minotaur and end the ritual of sacrifice. When he arrived on the island, Ariadne fell in love with him at first sight and decided to help him in slaying the beast. She gave him a sword and a ball of thread to make it easier for him to track his way inside the maze. In the end, Theseus emerged victorious and the Minotaur was killed. However, his love story with Ariadne didn't end so well. There are several versions of this story, in some of which Theseus abandons Ariadne, breaking her heart. Now that I have given you a short story about this, let's move on to our next section, that is some common allusions or indirect references. I will be listing down some allusions or indirect references that will strengthen the relation between Ariadne's story and the storyline of Dark. So here it goes. First, the labyrinth. Second, lunar or annual cycles. Third, the sacrifice of men and women for the beast Minotaur. Fourth, the red string, which is also shown in the cave in the series. Fifth, the publisher of H.G. Thanos' book A Journey Through Time is Minotaurus. Isn't that a cool Easter egg to catch on? But once you relate to the mythology, it very much makes sense. Sixth, Nietzsche wrote a poem entitled Ariadne's Lament. He also developed the concept of eternal recurrences, in which the past repeats itself and suffering continues to be experienced over and over again. Charlotte Doppler, in the 5th episode of season 1, tells Ulrich that her grandfather was obsessed with lunar solar cycle, Big Bang, Big Crunch, and Nietzsche's eternal recurrence. 7th, also in season 2 episode 5, you can see Martha's mobile phone used for time traveling. There the screensaver is written as Ariadne on it, as she was involved in her school play called Ariadne. Now that I have mentioned these things, let us understand how these resemble to the Dark storyline. So hang on guys, here comes the interesting part. So the last section is about the complete resemblance of Ariadne's tale with the Dark storyline. The show alludes to the mythology on several levels and makes this connection clear through the school play that Martha acts in. She plays the role of Ariadne in the play and in the show as well. She becomes a representation of the doomed Greek princess. With her as the cornerstone, we can also identify other characters in Dark as the version of the mythological characters. Because Martha is Ariadne, Jonas is clearly Theseus. They fall in love with each other, but their love story doesn't have a happy ending. Due to one thing or another, they are always separated and yet come back to one another as if pulled by some invisible thread. Just as Theseus abandons Ariadne for reasons unknown, Jonas too tries to keep a distance from Martha after he discovers that she is his aunt. Following a similar pattern, we can conclude that the beast Minotaur that Jonas is up against is time itself. He wages a war against time, trying to beat it and stop his father from dying, but no matter what, he always fails. In one of the episodes, Thanos says, "Is time an eternal beast that can't be defeated?" In Jonas' case, it really is the invincible Minotaur after all, and the children, Eric, Yasin, Mads and others are the sacrifice that the beast demands. If the time is beast, then its labyrinth would be the time travel itself. The show presents a more corporeal version of the labyrinth through the Winden cave system, with its center being the passageway through which one travels in time. Another reference from Ariadne's story is thrown in the form of the red thread that helps Jonas, Ulrich and Katharina to find their way to the center of it. It must also be noted that Ariadne is a story that is close to Gustav Thanos as well. As a child, his father had told him that the play used to be his late mother's favorite and he has cherished it ever since. In 1888, When he is on the way to send a telegram with the news of the time travelers, trio of unknowns stop him and kill him, and also take away the copy of Ariadne he is carrying with him to bring it to older Martha, also known as Eva. The story is important to her too, as she played the lead role once upon a time. However, the links of the story of Ariadne run deeper than this. Ariadne is eventually killed by Perseus, whom we can refer to as Adam here, as he kills Martha. Theseus, or young Jonas, has a lot of myths surrounding him, but he was known for killing foes associated with an archaic religious or social order, which helped eventually establish a new Olympus, which can be the new world Adam refers to in Dark's context. He was the unifying king and built a palace where he started the cult of Aphrodite, referring to the church we see in the 1920s where Sigmundus meet. Theseus' dad was Aegus, referring to Michael here, one of the founders or kings of Athens, who eventually committed suicide. But there is a bigger discovery here. A myth says there were two copies of Ariadne, an earthly one and a celestial one, pointing to Martha of Jonas's world and the other Martha. In the final season, when Unknown's role in the Labyrinth of Winden is revealed, it is accompanied by the tragically beautiful yet perfectly apt background score of Asaph Avidan's The Labyrinth Song, a haunting song that encapsulated the heartbreaking tale of Ariadne. Well, I think of this show as a metaphor for the human experience, an inescapable cycle of self-inflicted pain stretching through generations of an interconnected, interdependent web of individuals whose choices echo through time and influence everything around them. So guys, that was all we had about this mythological story. I hope you guys found this story and its relation with the Dark storyline interesting, and hope it also helped you guys in further understanding of the show. If you liked this video, please give a thumbs up by hitting the like button and also comment down your thoughts on this. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such interesting videos. Thanks again for watching. See you next time. Until then, stay safe, keep supporting. Peace out.